pulse, okay, pulse rate. We also have an attention pulse rate, a communication pulse rate. And that pulse rate is changing from generation to generation because of the way we're raised and because of the stimuli that we react to as we're growing up. Pulse rates change from generation to generation. Now, I've got these 3 pulse rates up on the screen. The pulse rate where it pops right there, that's the attention piece of the pulse rate. That's when you gain someone's attention, is when that pulse pops. You gain someone's attention. They look up at you or they begin to listen to you. That's when you gain attention. The straight line is how long you retain their attention. You get it once, you got it, now you retain it. That flat line is the retaining of attention. And at some point, you're going to lose their attention. No matter who they are, you're going to lose their attention. And you have to regain it somehow. You gain it, you retain it for as long as you can, and then you have to go get it again. The 3 examples on the screen are a visual manifestation of the generational changes in attention pulse rate. Boomers are the top line up there. You get a boomer's attention, 51 and older. You get a boomer's attention, and you can keep that attention for a while before you have to regain it again. You can keep it there for a while before you have to regain it again because they grew up maintaining attention regardless of what the stimuli was for longer than the next generation. For an Xer, you've got to gain their attention. You can keep it for a less amount of time before you have to go get it again. So if you're trying to have an interaction that is as wide as this screen, you've got to regain that Xer's attention more times than the boomer. And finally, on the bottom of the screen is the millennial attention span. It's the pulse of millennial communication. You have to gain their attention. You can only keep it for a very short time before you have to regain it. This is not critical. This is not a criticism of the generations. You don't have control. You didn't say, I want to have X attention span if you're a millennial in the room. Your attention span is cultivated over time by how you are raised and how you respond to stimuli and communicate with others. It is a faster environment, I'll give you some examples in a minute, that cause this attention rate. But if you're sitting in this room and you're trying to find a way to better communicate with a generation who's younger than you, or even trying to find a better way to communicate with your peers, all of us in this room, no matter what generation, we've lost the attention of a peer who works for us, and we can't get it back. You have to understand going in, I'm going to need to communicate at a different pulse rate, a faster pulse rate, with this generation than the next one. If I had put one more pulse rate on the screen, it would have been the 16 to 27-year-old pulse rate, and it would be even faster than that one. So, there are 5 difference makers, 5 ways I'm going to give you to make you better at communicating with a generation that needs a faster pulse rate.